Oh, welcome to the vlog. I'm checking on Annabeth's enclosure because if y'all have been here a while, you can guess what mother I found in the enclosure. Literally my Joker era. When all those people were very concerningly getting a little too into the Joker. Me now that there's fire ants. Me now because the fire ants are trying to get my tortoise. So they're not, actually. That's a false narrative. But they would. The ants don't care nothing about tortoises. But if she were to step on a mound. So the whole thing is like, if one or two are in there, okay, hey. But if a mound gets in there, I'm gonna have to get in there. Actually, I'm already in there. I just went and I dumped. They have two sides to the poison I use. I poison my yard. Because listen, Jake does not eat this grass. I have a grass for him that he can eat, but I still tell him not to eat. I don't go near there with it, but the whole yard, like the perimeter, I'm like SWAT, okay, around the perimeter of the house. Ginger, she is in Alcatraz, aka she's not allowed outside. She's under house arrest at this point because she won't stop eating the grass, and I have to be able to poison it. So, since Annabeth gets her own food grown, and or from Central Market, because she is the bougiest of our children, it's all fine. It's all fine. When I'm telling you, I'm gonna release a diss track for the ants. Just 6, one after the other. It's making me so mad, and I'm not gonna lie, also, it makes me feel really itchy all of a sudden, because I'm like, ooh, did one get in, though? But I think that I just hit my finger, and that was that feeling. Anyways, it's Sunday at 7:09. I have finished the vlog, and uploaded it to Patreon, all of that good jazz, so that's kind of nice. That's kind of fun. Love that. I am now going to read. I'm going to try to focus and read Glow of the Everflame, which is book 2 to this one right here. I'm really trying hard not to spiral. So the brain goblins, they're here. And one thing they love is to find like a valid thing to freak out about, because I think if I was more stable, the part of me that's like, what am I gonna do about it, would really shine through. But it's the one thing that I have that is just like, oh, I have an answer for that. It's a 3-letter word, starts with an O, ends with a S. And it makes me so mad. And doubtful. I just hate it. Oh, Miss Doubtfire. That was such a good movie. Anyways, we just had dinner. My partner ran to go get frozen custard, which I'm very excited about. They, like, never bring up going to get that, and they did today, and I was like, yeah, I would like some, please, and thank you. So, I have to go to work tomorrow. I know. Boo, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Ugh. I don't know who's worse about being ready for the school year to be over. Me or the kids? I think it's me. I think it's me because I'll talk about it all day long with the kids. And we'll get each other, like, riled up about, like, yeah, let's leave. Both of us, like, just bell rings, we go to the next class. But I'm ready to be free. I'm ready to be set free. I truly, truly am. And I'm coming here, though, because I want to just not give in to the brain goblins of Googling. Hey, I can't even tell you how much time I have spent on certain websites. It starts with Google, and it always ends up the one that starts with R. And I just look up every thought, feeling, emotion, whatever. Has anybody ever thought this? Quora, or whatever that is? Hey, that's the worst website ever. Hey, they're gonna make you feel like a freak. Hey, I'm really worried about this completely practical thing. Have you ever, Kira would be like, have you ever tried to just be normal? Oh my god. This guy's got it. It's like some 78-year-old mountain man. Hasn't talked to anybody in 48 years. Like, what? That was so specific. I don't even know where that came from. But anyways, I'm trying to talk to y'all about it. So thank you for listening. Although I kind of just said, boom, here we go. Boom, let's get started. But this is the week we're at. This is where we're at. The Brain Goblins are attempting to overthrow the palace, so we're gonna have to get into my little book about this girl running the palace. I really think that that's all I have to update you on for now. I really didn't have much, but for the people who have been here, for the new people, I'm so sorry you have to see me during Fire Ant season. I'm so sorry. For the people who have been here, you already know. You already know. They must die. They must be taken out. The problem is, though, it's still rainy season. Like, I feel like our rain was delayed, / we're just gonna have a rainy summer, which is super fun and, like, super fresh. Except I did not seal Annabeth's rabbit hutch that I bought her. It lasted 2 years. This would be year 3. So that's good. Love that for her. But it is rotted, and that's where I found the ants. They didn't look like fire ants, but they were fire ants along of our fence line back here. The little ants were just carrying away a bunch of white stuff. And there were some mushrooms popping up too. So I think that, first of all, this is just soil, so I have no idea what was in this soil. I think the mushrooms came with it. That's what my partner said. That's why I said I'll sign off on that. That makes sense. But these little ants, I think it's because the wood's rotted and gutted and nasty. So I have the new hutch, and I bought a sealant because I'm gonna seal that baby up, and hopefully that helps. Someone on the tortoise forum told me that would help. They said, listen, I live in Chicago. I've been using it for 5 years, and I sealed it. That's it. I'm like, oh, okay. I do feel like Chicago's a bit chiller than Texas, but okay. All right. What have I got to lose? I mean, I think I lost this battle, but I will win the war. I will. These ants, they caught me off guard. I hadn't treated the yard this month yet. And they said, oh, it's raining. Oh, she hasn't treated the yard yet. Swoop in. But not so fast. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Amazon delivery. Fire ant specific andro bait. Your days are numbered, buddy. My weird manifesto in a vlog to fire ants. That really was giving, like, a little worrisome. Okay. So, scene. Bit done. We'll check tomorrow. They always get worse right before the sun goes down, and then right as the sun's coming up. They're like, peak goblin hours. And I'm like, I've changed my sleeping schedule. I will meet you out there. It's part of my granny era, going to bed at 8 p.m., waking up at 5 a.m., not of my own volition. It's just my body doing that. Here's Jake. I think he may sense the front door about to open. He's like, yo, I didn't know the camera was on. Hello, you guys. I'm home from work, and I'm trying to find what chapter I'm on in my book. We're just gonna say chapter 27, because I can't freaking find it. But I'm on page 326. So I am actually, I think we finally crossed into the over halfway. But I am going to continue reading it on my Kindle because we already talked about, I don't know if you can see it, how it's peeling up at the edges here. It's bothering my hat and also my sole, and it's also peeling up here at the bottom. Is it dramatic to get another copy? I don't think so. So we'll see if I'm allowed to do that. Will we? I don't know. I don't want it to peel up. It looks bad. And then it's just because I've had a book that did that before, and then the whole thing just peeled off. Huh? I was gonna come home and change and do a little walkie-walkie, but then I realized I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm gonna put my hair up, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna wash my face, I'm gonna do my skincare, and I'm just gonna watch my freaking Monday routine. I'm gonna have some Britney time. Listen, that's just what I need sometimes. Hello. I'm in my little corner. I love this corner of this room. I have my hair up and out of my face so that I can get my retinol. It's cooking on my skin, if that's what we want to call it. I mean, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just doing its thing and it's not going to strip my skin. But I'm going to give it a little bit before I put my moisturizer on. And then I am going to put my phone on the other side of the room. And I'm going to try to read the entirety of Glow of the Everflame because I feel like it and I want that for me. And I think I could do it. I just keep doom scrolling. Y'all, I've already asked my friend today and her advice pretty much was let your phone die and plug it in the other room. I'm just going to put it on my little charger that my partner bought me, that MagSafe one on the other side. But if you have advice to stop doom scrolling, please do let me know. I have time limit set on my phone. Doesn't matter. I will just go past them. I'm like, oh my god. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know. I just do it. I'll just do it. And it's like I'm like, then I'll look up 2 hours later and I'm like, you could have been reading this whole time. What are you doing? So, I'm gonna go plug this in so it can charge. Put my phone over there too. Eat dinner. Read the book. I'm saying it here. You can either talk to your friends or you can eat, dude. What's it gonna be? Oh, talk. Oh, dig. She said bye. Hello, guys. Happy Tuesday. I am getting out the charger so I can actually plug y'all in as I go take a quick little shower. I am in such like a little reading mood, but let me update you. We haven't talked. I finished Glow of the Everflame last night and I gave it 4 stars. I really thought it was good, and I definitely flew through it. I would say that I didn't really start reading it until Sunday, and then maybe Saturday night, and then some on Sunday, and then Monday I just read the last 60% and like sped through that thing and finished it right at like 10:04 or something like that, which is, y'all know, is past my bedtime, 2 hours past my bedtime, and I was dead dog tired today, but worth it. I am not jumping into the next one yet because there is something that I've noticed in books that I'm not going to say only KU books because some KU authors don't get their books edited by multiple people. Some do. Costs, I know, play a part. Published, it's kind of a not fair comparison because there's obviously the publisher's money behind it, and then depending on who the author is or what they think the book could do, there's going to be more money thrown behind them than others, like yada yada. We all know these things. I feel like when books are not edited as much, there's a lot of repetition in not necessarily what the character is doing, because if we're building up the character logically and it makes sense, then obviously there's going to be repetition in what they're doing because that's their behavior, that's their behavioral pattern. but the phrasing being the exact same, the demeanor, the way it's all described solely like syntactically, wordily, is very noticeable, because I feel like people aren't pointing it out maybe, or not as many people are reading it, and they're only reading it one book at a time. They're not like binging the series to notice these things. But when I read a series really fast, the main time that I have like a really good time reading a series fast is like pretty much published through the traditional route fantasy books, because they just don't really have this issue for me. More recently traditionally published fantasy books do have this issue for me, so it's more of like, not even old school, but it's just basically 2019 and before books. Even 2020 and before books, I would say. Maybe even 2021, but that's kind of dabbling into when I think the issues started to pop up more. But there's just some of the ways that DM, our main character, was described and the things she was doing. She actually didn't frustrate me as much as I thought she would, because I think so many people told me, bless you, told me specifically, like just we were talking, and said that she was annoying or whatever, and then I saw reviews of the same kind of complaints, but they weren't, super awful, so that's why I still read it. And then it didn't really bother me that much. I thought she was very rash, and she was irrational at times. She wasn't level-headed, but that was built into the character, and also built into her character arc of, like, her journey in this world. I won't say too much, because obviously book 2 is going to be spoilers, but it made sense that she had the temper, and had, like, the spurts of anger, and would lash out instead of, like, thinking it through logically. So I didn't get as annoyed. Plus, I think I was prepared for way more annoyance than I actually ended up getting, which is kind of a nice situation to be in, I will say. I do think that the romance is fine, but that's why I'm also thinking I need to slow down a little bit, because I'm liking the main character, all of her politicking, all of the drama and intrigue the fantasy world has. It's not a very interesting fantasy world, I will say. It's pretty basic. The plot is pretty basic, but I do like the way that this author depicts the dramas of court and the politicking. Like, I think it is very easily digestible. It's not that deep, but it's kind of like CW Game of Thrones vibes. I really like that. Not gonna lie, I wish we had more of that. And it being a serious component of the book, but it's there enough, and it's there more than a lot of other fantasy romances have it present, so I enjoy that. I really am the person. Someone I follow on Instagram just today put up, are you a fantasy with a side of romance, or a romance with a side of fantasy girl? And I'm 100% a fantasy with a side of romance, because I care way more about the world and the plot, but I like there to be more of a romance subplot that's actually fleshed out, because like a lot of fantasy books, especially more traditionally published older fantasy books, they do have romance within them. Like, I think of Eye of the World, although I only read the first one. I don't know if you could even force me to read the next ones. And then The Way of Kings, which isn't older by any means, but it's one of the more epic fantasies I think of that I have read. There is romance in it, but it is not such a plot line in the way that, like, fantasy romance will have it. But I don't know. I really enjoy the way that was done in here. But I think the reason I think I'm going to need to read a few books before I go read that third book, because it is 1,093 pages on my Kindle. That's a little crazy. It's 800 pages in person. That's also kind of crazy. The audiobook doesn't come out until the 12th or the 14th, I believe, so I kind of want to wait for that anyways. It might even be the 16th. Maybe I'm wrong on all fronts. So I'm kind of wanting to wait for that. But then also I feel like I'm not loving the romance as much, because I'm just reading it too fast, and sometimes reading a book super fast is a good thing for me, and then sometimes it actually works against the book and against my enjoyment of the book, and it's no fault of the book. This book is just very easy to read. It's like not a whole lot of my thought process has to be placed into work when I'm reading this, because the writing style is fairly simplistic, which is nothing bad against the author or the writing style, but it is just easier for me to digest than, say, like, for example, The Way of Kings, which also is a fairly not complex writing style either, I would say. It's pretty easy to read in the realm that book is in. But I just feel like flying through it sometimes can make everything feel very... Like, the first 2 books allegedly took place over more than a month. And the second book, I think, took place over 30 days. And it did not feel like that at all. It felt like a week. And so I really think that sorry, they're doing some work on the house next door. Jake, nothing to do with you, buddy. So anyways, I think I'm going to take a pause on that and see what else I can read from the TBR. I'm really looking at Murder Road after this one. I tried to do another thriller that I had on the TBR, and it just wasn't working for me. I've realized that I like paranormal thrillers, I like domestic thrillers, and I like suspense-y thrillers. I'm thinking like The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I wouldn't just call it a plain old thriller. It's a little bit more than that. It's like a suspense thriller, but it's not... I don't know. But the ones I don't particularly care for are psychological thrillers. I just don't love them. I don't love that realm as much, I feel. I haven't read a whole lot of them. The ones I have read, they haven't been my favorite. And then I tried to read this one, and I was like, you know what? If I can't get into it, I'm not going to force myself to get into it. So let's get into something else. So I obviously have library loans checked out to the max. So I picked up Nosy Neighbors, which is a new cozy mystery, and I'm pretty excited about it. This is 22 pages in so far. I'm on chapter 4. Our 2 main characters seem to be Dorothy and Kat. Dorothy is a woman in her 70s who lives in one of the apartments within this apartment building that used to be a mansion, but now it's converted into an apartment complex-ish. It's like one big thing. I'm not gonna lie, anytime it's an apartment situation, I'm just picturing Only Murders in the Buildings apartments because, first of all, aesthetically pleasing. Second of all, the only way I would live in New York. Third of all, again, they're beautiful and I would love to be in them, but not really, so I'll just be in them in my mind because I don't know if I want to be that close to people. Like, this is a little close to me. The suburbs are, like, a little close. But also, I'm kind of scared to not live next to people because, like, that's scary. What if someone's out there? Oh my god. But Dorothy's living her little life in this mansion. And then Kat has just moved into this town, and she is subletting an apartment from one of the other people. And I don't know the rest of the plot, but they just got these really weird... They just got a letter that's saying that their apartments are facing demolition, and so they agree to team up and try to save the building, essentially. And I just think it's gonna be cute. I don't know... Oh, but when someone plays dirty and one of the residents is viciously taken down, like, Dorothy and Kat seek justice. The police close the investigation too soon, leaving it up to the unlikely amateur sleuths. I love that. I love that. With a playful Jack Russell Terrier at their side to restore peace to their community. And there's a little Jack Russell Terrier. Oh, I love it. I love it. So Dorothy is 77 years old. Her name is Dorothy Darling. Shut up. And then Kat is 25 years old. And she's plagued by a guilty secret from her past. She's mentioned her dad. Y'all know I love a daughter-dad plotline. I also love an older character befriending and kind of mentoring someone who is younger than them, but not like... you know, super young. So, like, a 25-year-old, a 77-year-old, that's, like, such a fun duo dynamic. I love it. I love it so much. I cannot wait to read more of this. So I think what I'm going to do is do all the skincare goodness, feed Jake. Well, actually, I fed Jake this morning before I went to work. And my partner took me to work, dropped me off, and then came back and fed him again because, I mean, they're the best and they were doing that because they thought they needed to. But Jake actually did not disclose that he already got dinner. Ginger did disclose, but still demanded more. So that's up to par. So, yeah, he just groaned and, like, rolled over on his side. Probably because he is stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey right now. Because he had his entire, like, allotment of food for the day in the morning. Like, within 2 hours in the morning. So I just know for a fact he took the fattest nap. But anyways, let us go do the things... read some more books, live our little life. I'm gonna have y'all charge while I go get things done, and I will pick you up when I'm done. Hello, you guys. We're gonna bring the heating pad right here. I'm feeling awful. I had a half day because of like how awful I'm feeling, and I literally can't do anything other than just like with a heating pad. So that's what I'm doing. Say hi to Trixie. I think after I eat something, I'm gonna have a lie down, obviously. And I don't know what I'll do from there, but my reading plans have shifted a little bit just to take into account, like I'm in a fantasy mood, but I don't know how much romance I'm in the mood for in fantasy. I have the 2 romances I want to read, but they're more like, not lifestyle, more like contemporary fiction romance than they are the kind of romance I read, like the drama, KU romance. But for now, I just feel like, is this adult or is this YA? I feel as though the school library journal blurbs it's probably YA, and that publisher looks YA. Let me see. I guess not. Well, it's published by G.P. Putnam's Sons, an imprint of Penguin Random House. I'm not sure. For some reason, I thought this was YA, but perhaps it is not. But it is the book club book of this month for the Cozy Cafe over on Patreon. We're reading Fireborn. I'm very excited for this. I think this cover is so beautiful. The little summary. It's 2 dragon riders must go head to head for the top position at the Calopolan? Nope. Bleat, and protect the new regime from those who lost power. It says that it is a fiction, fantasy, and it doesn't really say anything aside from that. This one is, let's see, that's the epilogue. Oh no, it's not an epilogue, it's a little sneak peek. It's 432 pages. So I think I am going to be doing a solo vlog for this over on Patreon. Some more in-depth thoughts will be there. But I think this one, right now I'm anticipating I probably won't do a bunch of spoilers. I'll probably do a spoiler review at the end of it. So it'll be just like a, I don't know. So I really love the vlogging like we're on FaceTime thing. I think I kind of do that normally because I'm so rambling. I'm just like, guys, it's Wednesday. That means we're gathering around the kitchen table. I got 2 pots of coffee. Let's talk and catch up on the week. I feel like that's the vibe I go for in my vlogs. And I think sometimes I make that, sometimes I don't. Hopefully I do more than I don't. But with the specific reading vlogs, on my channel and as well as on Patreon, like with the new release ones, I kind of want it to feel like I'm FaceTiming you every time I check in to be like, girl, this book, and talk about it like that, whether that's a good or a bad thing. And I want to do that with the Patreon ones, but just make it obviously specifically about this. But I feel like, I say all that to say, I see people who only vlog like lifestyle, they only vlog book stuff, and I see people who do both. I just really love doing both. I don't know if it's because I'm just such a chatty Cathy and I want to talk to y'all a lot, or if it's because it's just the style that I do, but I just really like blending the 2 together because to me they're so inseparable, because reading is life. No, but like really, reading is what I do a lot of the time. It is like my favorite thing to do, but also I just want to talk to y'all. I don't know. Is that all right? We gonna be all right? Because we gonna be all right. Okay. So I have not started this yet. I think I will if I feel a little bit better. I took some medicine. I have the heating pad. Maybe eating will help. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't. But the update I wanted to bring to you. Let's see. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, where it's supposed to be? That's why I couldn't find it. I'm on chapter almost 20 of this book. And that's page 121. And that is of Nosy Neighbors. I did start it. Look how cute this little cattail with a bow bookmark looks. Like I thought it paired well with the neighbors' faces peering through. I think it's so cute. So what happened is they're trying to stop an eviction thing from happening because they're going to tear down the building. And one of their friends who is neighbors, who is protesting that happening, he ends up getting really hurt / perhaps taken out. I think it's definitely setting it up to be like by the people who he's protesting or whatever. But that's pretty early on in the book. And so then it is a teenager, this young pink-haired one, and then the older woman who's like a recluse that watches over the whole apartment building. They three seem to be teaming up alongside the guy who got hurt's dog, like their little mascot, and trying to figure out how to stop the evictions, figure out how to stop destroying of this historic house, and also how to solve the happenings to their neighbor. And it's like, this is such a fun trope to me. I love found family. This is like a reluctant found family. Like, they're all prickly, and they all are like, no, I don't want friends. I don't need to talk to anybody. But they all want to, you know what I mean? They just don't want to admit that. They don't want to be vulnerable with that, which I get. And so I'm really liking this. But it is set in England, which I knew. But I'm not gonna lie, I am picturing, like I told you, Only Murders in the Building, New York City vibes. But I decided to pick up the audiobook because I thought it would be fun. Because I love a cozy mystery with accents, and I do like cozy mysteries on audio. I think that they go really well with that because of the humor and the tone of the novel and the tone of the narrator. And I was right. It's like perfectly done. So this has turned into more of an audiobook, which is Pa's Prodigal Son, which is the other audiobook that I was listening to. So I guess that I'm going to finish this one, which it's lucky I have an audiobook because truly just laying in bed listening to something is kind of like all I have the energy for and I'm in the mood for, I guess. So that might be what we do. But I want to keep listening to that. And then I want to start this and start this vlog as well. I am excited for it. I think it's going to be like a fun dragon. Is it a dragon school? I don't really know. Oh, it says Penguin Teen right down here. I think I was correct and this is why. I don't really know if this is going to be like a dragon school vibe, but it is a brewing war. It is these two people that have to like make sacrifices, make choices on what they're going to do, where they're going to stand in this. Like, it's kind of all the things that I like within a fantasy. And luckily it was published in 2019 because I have a theory in 2021 and on, some of the books have not been my favorite. And so I've been going back and reading older books that I have on my TBR. And this is not like super old by any means. I'm not talking about like books from the 70s or anything. But this, will help me get through a bunch of books that I already have and I could be reading and I am enjoying. I will say the cozy mysteries over here, the cozy mysteries have been good since the Panini. Like, I think that they have just been more fun because I think that was probably a vibe that people were going for, is like, everything sucks. Let's do a cozy mystery moment. But the fantasy, I'm telling y'all, I'll go on my rant all the time, so I'll save it now. But the fact that I can't picture anything what we're talking about, like conceptualize the space that we're in these books, it's not for lack of trying, it's a lack of writing. Like, they're just not describing the spaces, which I saw in the last vlog. Some of y'all said you like that, which is good then, because like, I can only imagine some people like to be able to like create their own ideas. I like to have it written so I can try to picture it, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I overwrite it. I'm like, I think this would fit the vibe better in my mind. And I do that. But one of the most vividly easy to picture books that I can recall recently is The Jasmine Throne, which I do need to read that sequel. But that was one of the ones where I was like, oh, I can see everything. I can see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, feel it, hear it, all of it. That was such a good fantasy book. I loved that book so much. Anyhow, let's chill out for a little bit and we'll reconvene. Oh, your hot breath on the mic. I have no earthly idea where my headphone case is. Actually, I've just thought of this, but it is 8:23. I don't think I have an option to stay home tomorrow or Friday. because there's just a lot going on, end of school year and extra stuff even over that. So we're gonna just struggle, and it's gonna be fine. Been through worse. It'll be okay. But I did spend the afternoon. It was very nice. Spent the afternoon just kind of resting as much as I would be able to, playing my little word search game. And a lot of y'all ask every time I mention the word search game I play while I read audiobooks. It is literally just called Search. So go into the App Store. I know it's on iPhone. I don't know it's on Android, but I would assume it probably is because it's by the same people who make Candy Crush. I always go play Candy Crush for as much as I can until I have to start dropping more than $1.99, and then I leave, and then I do word search. And right now, they have different markers that you can earn. So, I'm trying to collect my coins to earn a new marker. Jake, I hate when he does that. I hate when he shakes his head, and it always scares me. Every time. Update. The bug guy came today. I decided to call them. So with our bug service, like, you pay, it's either 3 or 4 times a year, and then in between those visits, basically at the beginning of each season, they come do your lawn, the full shebang, and we have some indoor one thing that we get filled too, but they will come out for free, but it's part of, like, the package that you pay for if you sign up for the subscription. And I'm like, well, I live in Texas, so I'm subscribed by God to all bugs being around me at all times. And while I do love to sit on my porch and listen to the sound of the crickets and, you know, even maybe a cicada here or there, I don't like the June bugs. Wish we could take them out. But anyways, as I was listening to the audiobook, I washed, blew dry my hair. Well, I took a shower and then I listened to the audiobook while I blew dry my hair. Did the skincare, all the fun stuff. Love. And then I just, cried. This book was perfection. I gave it 5 stars. It is a very me book in that it is sad in the sense of mourning loss of, like, what could have been, mourning loss of wasting time to worrying about what could be or should be or would have been if I hadn't done this, the what ifs. Just this sense of longing, yet also this intense want to, like, belong where you are now, and then also refusal to feel like you deserve to belong. I related a lot. I really like it. I thought it was, like, such a cute, sweet story. It is sad in that way of, like, almost a heartwarming, this is sad, but, like, it's also giving me a Band-Aid, a cuppa, and a couple of biscuits. Like, I'm not that upset that I'm upset, but, like, I'm also, like, a little weepy about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't love books where it's like, oh, this is just sad. Oh, like, we're just having a bad time. Like, A Little Life, never gonna read that. I love to feel joy. I have other opinions about that, too. But mainly I love to feel joy. So, to continue on joy, I want, y'all should read that book. That book was really cute. That was really good. I added the author's other list or other books to my working TBR list that my library lets you create so that I don't check them out, but I have them on my list. And then whenever I'm in the mood for a book, sometimes I'll just go to my library and browse that list. It's kind of nice, honestly. But I think audiobook-wise, I was debating Murder Road, because that's Miss Simone St. James. However, I already have started this audiobook, and I started the month with this book, so I think I'm going to get into this one instead. I'm already in it. So, I'm on chapter 11, page 60. I think that I want to listen to the audio. I actually enjoyed this audiobook, but I don't know if I'm married to it. Like, I think I could also just read this physically a little bit before bed tonight and be happy with that. And then whenever I have to use the audiobook, I'll do that. That doesn't happen very often that I enjoy both reading mediums, to be honest. Usually it's like I either want to read it physically or I want to have it, like, told to me in an auditory story way, but this narrator, kind of like him. I have not, oh my gosh, I have this catch in my throat that, like, I have to keep clearing it, and if I talk too much, it, like, gets worse. So I'm going to be doing the mute challenge tomorrow at work. So it won't just last for a couple seconds in a song. It'll be all day long, which is going to be super interesting, fun, and fresh. We'll see how that goes. It's not going to go well, but we'll see. I did not get to start this, so I think I'm going to bring it with me to work and read it tomorrow, like on lunch and stuff like that. Because I am in the mood for fantasy, but I just don't know if I'm in the mood to start it right now. It's 8:29. I may read how long is the prologue? I may just, like, dabble. Oh, it's literally a page. Oh. Oh. Oh, well, that's not really fair, is it? How long is chapter 1? 15 pages. Alright, you're not on my bad side yet. I may just try out the writing style and see where I'm at, but honestly, I feel like I don't have the brain power to read a fantasy with my eyeballs right now. I am feeling very sleepy. I actually don't feel very tired physically because I took a nap when I got home from work, but, like, I feel exhausted spiritually. And then let's have a Vanderpump talk. So I didn't watch any of the rest of the season of Vanderpump Rules after, I don't even know. It just felt like the same thing every episode, just a different version of it. Like, it was honestly not even that different of a version. It was just the same thing. It just happened in a different order, we'll say, in a different restaurant or apartment or boat. Like, it was so annoying. It was so annoying, and it was boring, and it was dull. And also, like, I'm so sorry. I need everyone to remember Ariana's filming this, like, a month after it happened. And the whole, like, oh yeah, well, she moved on to date someone else so much quicker is not really, like, a good argument. Because that doesn't negate the betrayal of trust she felt. Also, we have to think, like, towards a friend. So then to have Sheena is so annoying, because I don't know what's hard to understand about the fact that, like, the way that Ariana is saying it, I don't think is great, but what she is saying isn't crazy. Like, and why I say it's not great is because she's saying, like, her ex, Tom, cannot have any access to me, talking to me directly, or by having mutual friends with me. And I think what she really means at the heart of that is she don't want to hear how he's doing, and you sure as hell better not tell him how she is doing. Like, she just doesn't want to have that bridge. So I'm like, girl, just don't act as a bridge then. Like, I generally feel like Sheena just kept it, like, separate friendships and was fine. It would be fine. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. But Ariana's face every single time she sees Sheena and she brings it up cracks me up. It just makes me laugh so hard. And then, in the confessional, when Sheena was like, but that's just me making it about myself again, and taking a sip of her drink, I was like, there's nothing worse than when someone thinks they did something and they did nothing. Because that was embarrassing for you and me. And then Lala's, like, last 5 minutes of the season rant about how, like, she now acts like she's Beyonce. First of all, what does that even mean? And then also saying, like, oh, she got cheated on and now she's God. Is that how the universe came to be? I always had questions on, like, what came first. What was the prelude to the Bible? But, like, seriously, I don't really understand. Other than desperate grasping of straws to, like, stay on reality television. And hey, I am not one of the girls who's saying, like, I don't want Lala to go to the Valley. I absolutely freaking do. I want Lala and Sheena, even though I can't stand Sheena. I love to watch them on TV. I want them to both go to the Valley. And I even want, like, maybe not full-time, but I wouldn't be upset if it happened. Katie, she's grown on me. Not a whole lot. But I like to watch her tell Joe that she's just, like, weird. Because if you look into the other stuff that's, like, come out on podcasts and, like, little blogs, the blogs and all that, Joe is weird. Like, she does this as she's doing this, and it's like, these things don't make sense. Anyways, that's my little update. I haven't watched The Valley yet, so I'll have to catch up on that tomorrow maybe, but this is my focus for the night, now that I finished the other book. And actually, I need to go find these case. So many things to do, so little time. Look at this sleepy bee. She has her annual checkup tomorrow. And it always makes me so anxious. Like, I'm so nervous for her to go. It's a little silly, I guess, but I just am. Like, she literally saw them a month ago to get her little Silencia shot. But, Ginger, how do you think it's gonna go? Are you excited? She's like, oh yeah, I love nothing more than this. Truly, truly, this is my favorite festivity. Honestly, I just want y'all to see the pipes. Plus that storm in the background. Are you joking? Okay, so just got home. My very sweet, very kind, let's do low lighting, hello, partner is taking Ginger to her vet appointment. And I am just going to be freaking out at home because that's what I literally always do. It's just her annual, a little bit more than annual because she's old as hell. But her like thick fifth month checkup. I just sometimes the lisp happens. Her checkup is today. Plus her little shot. I know we've already talked about it, but y'all I'm freaking out. So God bless it. We're gonna talk about it again. If you have cats, I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Because like with dogs, especially when your cats are getting older, but with dogs, I mean, the wind blows a certain way and Jake's ready to go to the vet. Like he has never once not let me know. What? No, when something is wrong. Cats, on the other hand, you know, they don't show it as much. Although she shows literally not even the symptoms of hiding it, because there are symptoms of them hiding it. I just freak out, okay? I freak out when I go for my 6-month vet checkups. I freak out when she does. If Annabeth went regularly more, I would freak out then too, but Tauruses don't need it as much, so there's that. I just freak out about the ants, but my boy is here. We are hanging, and we're waiting for the storm, and I'm probably just gonna sit here and do absolutely nothing while freaking out and worrying, because that's what I do. But let me update you on the reading really quick. So for Fireborn, I think this is what I'm gonna attempt to start tonight. I don't know, let's see how many nights this week I say that. In my little Orphan X spy book, I'm on page 148, chapter 28. I have picked out what I think is just the best vibes for this book. And then I got some new bookmark charms in the mail. Some of y'all asked me where I got this. I'm not going to just close how expensive these are to get shipped from Australia. You can do that when you go shop for them. But it's from the Shelf Edit on Instagram. I am slowly but surely adding them to my collection. I love them a lot. They make me really happy. I got another one that's all pink over there and a bow one. You'll see it in like B-roll and stuff. But I just think they're so cute. They make me joyous, okay? And I just need that right now, okay? I just do. I may not actually get into this right now, if I'm being honest, because I am spiraling about this. It's literally going to be fine in about 30 minutes. I already know that. I know how this goes, but the cool down after an anxiety time is the night, basically. So I'm going to be like chilling for the night. So I think I'll continue with this and we'll just have a good little time reading. It is like almost, it's a little bit under, it's 417 pages. So just under like 450. But I am this far into it so far, and yeah, what I am wanting to do is find an opening to read Howling Dark. That is the sequel and second book in the series, the Sun Eater series, I believe. But the sequel to Empire of Silence. And I really enjoyed that first book. So I think I would really, the way that the first book ends, again, it's something about, like, that book also kind of feels like a little bit of a prequel book almost, but still necessary reading. Not like some books where it genuinely is just a prequel book, or Jennifer Lynn Armentrout, some books where it's a prequel, but it's really just a copy and paste of the actual book. It's like a requel with just different names. So frustrating. But that one I have, the library just came in with my audio and the physical, and I'm like, could it be time? I'm also having a little moment here, which is not fun nor fresh, and I had one here pop up. Love hormonal acne, but I think what I'll do is sit down over yonder in my little chair and just hang out with my book while we wait for the ginger to return to her castle, and then all will be right in the world, and that's what will be happening. Okay. I love the dark clouds so much. They just make me so happy. I know that y'all probably literally think I'm crazy or don't care, but these storm clouds rolling in genuinely are making me so happy. Like, and then watching the neighbor's tree back there blow. Man, I need some trees in my backyard, y'all. I need them. We've got them in the front yard and the side, but I need some in the backyard. I don't even know if it's gonna rain. Like, it's just sprinkling a little bit and then a lot of thunder. But honestly, like, the actual storms might totally miss us. But it was bright sunny, and now it is this dark that quickly. Like, this looks like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and it's 4. I love that. This camera does not show how dark it is, to be honest. Good morning. Yeah. What are you thinking? You think it's too early? Yeah, let's go make coffee. Yeah. Oh. You want breakfast? No, you want to keep talking to your friends? Oh my god, Ginger, you look so cute! Okay, let's go get you food, girl.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in all conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free.
Hi guys. I am home now, and we've had dinner. I am now sitting down to finish off Prodigal Son. I have just this much left. I have taken on the audiobook as well. There's something so funny with having like such a girly pop bookmark on a spy novel, like art. But I have like an hour or so left in the audiobook, so we're gonna finish that, and then I think I might try the Fireborn audiobook because I'm in the mood for fantasy. But I'm gonna be honest, I know I have a Discovery Witches right there, and that still sounds good. But right at this moment, I want a fantasy audiobook. Oathbringer is looking me right in my eyes. And I don't know if I can look away. What, Ginger? Look at those big old ears. Those big old ears, and you still don't listen. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? What's up, chicken butt? Hello, it's Orphan X checking in. The mission's completed. So we're gonna put it on the shelf. Oh yeah, buddy. And then we're gonna take this one right back off the shelf. Oh yeah, buddy. I looked on Spotify, not somewhere I thought I'd look for audiobooks, and well, I'll be damned. It's there. So I'm putting my little setup in place, and we're gonna listen. What's going on? This is happening. I listened to the audiobook a little bit on Spotify to see if I even like the narrators, and I actually do think it's some narrators that I enjoy, so that will be fun. Let's add it onto my library app. Oh, let's see. We forgot to check in. So this is the 4th book of the week that I am starting. So Glow of the Everflame, she took me 8 hours even to read. Thank you. Nosy Neighbors took me 4 hours and 18 minutes to read. Thank you. Prodigal Son took me 4 hours and 46 minutes to read. Thank you. I don't know how long this is going to take me to read. This is almost 500 pages, and the other two that I was taking about 4.5-ish hours on average to finish were either just under or just over 400 pages. So we'll probably do 6 hours for this one, I would assume. But with the audiobook, I always read slower. So we'll see. We'll see. But let's go ahead and add it to the app. No, girl, I don't want to log without a title. I want to scan the damn QR code. Boop. Look at that. Boom. It's on the app. That was too bright. Boom. It's on the app. And so every time you read, hi, rundown of an app. Not sponsored, just impressed. It's called Beanstack. Where's my charger cord? Get over here. Rat. It is called Bean. I hated the way that looked. It is called Beanstack. Okay? And I don't think you have to register your library with it, but you can. And you just like scan your book right here. If you can't find your book within this app, you also can just use whatever. Like you can type in the information yourself, the title, author. You hit track progress to toggle that option on. And then you say the first page is 1, last page is whatever the page count is on here. And then you start a timer every time you read and then pause it when you're not reading. Or you can just end that reading session and then you'll say what page you ended on. The only thing, make sure that you learn from my mistakes, my children. If you're going to want to track these dates as well of when you finished, because honestly at this point Goodreads is more of just like an archival thing for me to be able to very quickly see if I've read it. I'm getting no data from that like useless website, to be honest with you. I'm thinking of using Storygraph because it basically gives you spreadsheet data without having to make a spreadsheet, that's enticing. But as for reviews, that's kind of the only thing Goodreads is good for. And I only check 2 people's reviews. So I don't know why I use it. I really can't. I'm convincing myself to not now, except I'm still going to. But this one's really fun to see because once you... So what I was going to say, at the end of it, make sure you put the last, like on your very last reading session, when you go to end it, and you say, yes, I'm done with the book, also plug in the last page that you ended on as being the last page number that you entered into the app, so that registers as finished, marks it as finished, and then you can have your data all like complete and make sense. But this is all the stuff that it will track for you. It's the date started, time, reading time, minutes per session, and then pages, like how many pages you read per session. And then let me show you one that's probably accurate. So this is for Glow of the Everflame. I had 1 session on May 2nd, 1 on 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then 3 on May 6th. And you can see it has all of that. And then if you go into it, you can click and it breaks down how many seconds you spent on each page, the start, the end, and then the duration for the date. And it's just kind of cool to see that. I just kind of like having those things, there for me. And you can collect a bunch of badges, which is cool. And then you also can collect a bunch of these little like things. And this is literally just for random days. Like I have a Teacher Appreciation Week badge. Why? Don't know. It's fulfilling the Girl Scout dreams that I wish I had ever like actually tried to be a Girl Scout. I didn't. I just wanted the badges. But then like you have this cute little shelf of like all your completed books. I think it's so cute. I really like it. I think that this is more functional than it is anything else. The only thing I kind of wish is that you could have... I see that you can add friends and stuff, and you can add... I wish you could get random challenges, though. Ooh, wait, this one's coming up. The Summer Reading Challenge. If I read for 2,000 minutes in the summer, I can get something signed by the mayor. Don't want that. Not a fan. But I'm still gonna do it. Because I was gonna read 2,000 minutes anyways. So, anyhow, that's my little tour of the app. That's what I use. It's called Bean. Like, Bean Stack. That's it. So, I'm gonna start this guy now. We will have a nice little British voice in our ears. He doesn't love to have that occurring, am I right? Let's go. Let's rock and roll, babes. god, my hat doesn't fully go down on this side because of the ponytail. I'm dead. I wasn't wearing it like this before. I'm just too lazy to change it. I do absolutely want to brag about the fact that I did the dishes. You can hear it. And I finished, yes, Ginger, I'll get you more food right now as I talk to your friends. I finished editing, and I'm gonna put you over here so hopefully it's not as loud. Exporting, uploading, all that good stuff. My wrap up for, what month is it? April. So that's done. And I'd say not to brag, but it is to brag, because I'm about to go take a nap. Because I was productive, okay? And I got my lashes done this morning and got by the library. And now I have some books. So we're gonna go, I'm trying to get them. We're gonna go talk about them in here. Jake is so excited. Oh my god. There we go. Pip pip. Cheerio. Alright, I'll just put you down here. And I'll come to you. Don't worry about it. Oh god, my knees. I just put Annabeth outside when we got home, and she is running around eating every piece of grass that I have managed to grow. I love that. I think that that's really cool, and that's really cute, and that's really fun, and not at all defeating the purpose of me growing that damn grass. Because, girl, I'm like looking out the window. She's not saving any of it for later. She's like, I live in the now. And then when I've messed up and messed myself over, I'll scream for you to come fix the now. So, anywho, come down here. I'm not that tall. Let's talk about the books that I got. I'm in the mood for all these. I'm so excited. So, we have paused. I'm not in a reread mood anymore. My reread moods come and go so quickly. And I really want to read A Discovery of Witches, but I think I just want to jump into the second one, which I don't know if that's the best idea. Because my favorite is, like, the first one's so good. The second one was jarringly not, but then I heard the third one's really good. So I'm just like, but maybe we'll just jump into the second one and see. Because I think if I just stick with it until we get into the plot, I'll be okay, but I don't know. Any of y'all out there that have read the series, give me your advice. But the books that I grabbed, so I have the Lou Phantasma Book Club pick. Lou Phantasma is the book club that I do with my friend Mel over on Patreon. And we're just a couple of besties getting together, reading a couple of books, and it's the best time. And this one I am very excited for. So we'll see. It is a friends to lovers dark romantic comedy. They are both serial killers that kill serial killers. And I love that. I think that just sounds great. So, excited for that. I have already decided I'm going to do a reading vlog for that one. Then I got Never Whistle at Night, because look how beautiful this is. And I've been in the mood for some, like, creepy, scary stories, but I haven't been able to sit down and read an entire thing. So it's like, what about this one that has a bunch? And also, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, whistling at night does scare me. So maybe this one will scare me. And then I got Howling Dark, because I'm in the mood for this. But look how small those letters are. Like, that is offensive. So we'll have to see what we're gonna read next, honestly. I'm seeing, because I started Fireborn last night and I'm interested in it. But man, I just want to read, like, everything I just got from the library so bad. It's a bit of a problem. I might start this one tonight, though, which is These Infinite Threads and All This Twisted Glory. I think these will be different enough from Fireborn that I could continue on with that series just fine. And then once I finish Fireborn, introduce Howling Dark. I think that might be what I do. I think Oathbringer is just going to continue to be a pipe dream for a while. And then I grabbed The Wishing Game, because one of y'all told me to read this, and I listened For better or for worse, to be honest. Page 278. So there's only 278 pages in here. That's a pretty short little one. I like it. I like it. So, yeah, those are all the books that I grabbed. I think I've made my choice. I think I'm gonna start this one. And what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna cycle through books, which is what I do a lot of the time, where I will read a few chapters of one, then read a few chapters of the other, read a few chapters of one, read a few chapters of the other, and it helps me like fly through books, but it also keeps me very interested because I am someone that multi-POV chapters in books really works for me because I love to end on a cliffhanger in chapter 1, and then we go into chapter 2 and it's a different person, and then chapter 2 ends on a cliffhanger, but in chapter 3 we're addressing the chapter 1 cliffhanger, so then I have to wait till chapter 4 to address chapter 2's cliffhanger, but then by the time I get to chapter 4 for chapter 2 cliffhanger, we have chapter 3's cliffhanger, which I then gotta get to the end of chapter 5 to get another cliffhanger and then continue. It just helps me like keep really entertained in the book. And so I think that I kind of accidentally create my own version of that by reading multiple books at a time. When it really, really works is reading like a space sci-fi book that's like pretty epic in proportions, and then a more chill. I don't think I would classify This Woven Kingdom as fantasy romance. I think it is romantic fantasy based on the writing and what is accentuated in the world, which is very much the five senses. Like, you're really getting the descriptions of what you're seeing, you're really getting the sense of smell and the touch and the taste. Like, I really love that, especially in this author's writing. I think she does it so well, especially when you compare it to Shatter Me, which is such a well-written dystopian. Like, I feel like the tone is written very well. Her writing style works for that, but then it switches over so intensely in This Woven Kingdom, and it works well for that. I love purple prose, though. That's really what this is, just purple prose rant. I love it. It works so well. Stephanie Garber is another example. If you're like, Olivia, what are you talking about? Laini Taylor is as well. Erin Morgenstern is. But right now, I'm going to go take me a little nap. So, put my phone on the charger, put my headphones on the charger, and then take a snooze and wake up and read. That is the goal for today. So let us go. Have decided to start a new reading vlog, so that will be occurring. First book up, just to let y'all know, is gonna be Murder Road by Simone St. James. I am doing my daily failures on Candy Crush before I move on to the word search game for the weekend, of course, but I did want to update that I also, for not a new release vlog, just to talk with y'all about, I started these Infinite Threads, and I am a chapter in so far, so it's only like, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. I am only 23 pages in so far, but if y'all love good YA fantasy, I'm telling y'all, this series is so good. It's a matter of time before the girls find it. I really believe that. Like, they loved Shatter Me so much. This is the same author. I think that people are going to really like this series once they, like, find it. It's been out for a while, but I just feel like it's never gotten the recognition that it should. But anyways, we've got hair washed, face moisturized, all the things are done. And now I'm going to listen to my book for the rest of the night. And I'm very excited about this development. Are you going to come update? Yes? Hello, everybody. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put you on this giant stack of books right here. Just a new angle. Let's try it out. I did my hair, but I didn't actually even try to brush it out or do anything with it, so it's kind of looking a mess, but that's fine. Who cares? Last night, I totally went off the rails with my reading. And I just binged my way through Murder Road. And I have just this much left. So I'm going to go update the new release vlog with all my thoughts and feels. And then finish it off with my coffee this morning. It is currently 8:20 a.m. I woke up at like 6 this morning and could not go back to sleep. And I think it's because it's stormy. It's gonna storm more. It was storming last night. Annabeth was outside last night, which is, she's fine, but I just am not. So, processing that. I am gonna go to brunch with my partner, my brother, his partner, and my mom today. And we are gonna go to this restaurant in a little shopping center that we enjoy. And then I have editing to do. Boo, tomato. And I need to film some like ad read stuff. So even more tomatoes being thrown. But I need to go get my neuro testing done tomorrow, and my boss has not replied. If that is okay. So I feel kind of bad interrupting the day, but gonna have to do that because I need to know if I need to put the day in or not. I guess I could just put the day in anyways and be like, well, I'll let you know. So not really sure, but I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I think I'm gonna focus a little bit more. I did not expect to read the first new release this fast. I did not foresee that happening. So I think I'm going to pause on some new releases maybe for a second and just turn my attention to these Infinite Threads. It's really calling my name. I've been wanting to read it. I keep looking at the beautiful Illumicrate editions of that series that I have, and I love them so much. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I wish is that they were more colorful and like soft colors and pastels, because I just feel like that fits to Hadamafi's vibe better, but also that series, the US covers are beautiful. I love the gold and then the pink and the lilac, like I just love it, but it's a little bit more serious looking, I guess, for the UK Illumicrate editions, which are beautiful. So don't want to change them. I just wish I wish there would be a trend. I'm hoping. Let's manifest a trend for book boxes to do way more pastels, and not muted, but just like light color schemes of pinks, purples, light blues, greens, and whites, and grays for special editions. Like, I'm so tired of seeing orange, red, blue, purple, green. Every series, those are the colors. And then just like the darkest backgrounds you can think. Specifically because I read fantasy, so that's why majority of my bookshelf is fairly dark. But I got the Poppy War that's really pretty. I have the Kiss of Deception, the Gilded Wolves series is really pretty and stands out. But still, sometimes I just sit here and admire my books. That's what we're doing right now. So let me shut up. Let me go update. And we will continue things. Hello guys, so I'm home from brunch with my mom and everybody, and we went by Aloe. Y'all saw it was pouring rain, so we were trudging back and forth, and my hair is like awful now, but I need to take a thumbnail picture so bad. I always forget to do it, so I always remember to do it when I'm either on the couch or in bed, which is like my two places that I go. And I really need to set up a nice little mirror place where I can take pictures like the lifestyle girls. Like when I tell y'all I want to be, I want to be, I am Shelly. I want to be naturally sunny. I am Shelly though. She has taken the #1 spot. Like I love her vlogs. I binge watch them. But she always has the best thumbnails. And I'm like, how do you... Like, you're already naturally gorgeous, but also, how do you? How do you? Anyways, so I finished Murder Road. The next book I think I'm going to pick up for that little vloggy vlog is actually, we're going to keep going down with a little spooky. So I'm going to pick up The Gathering by C.J. Tudor. This is their newest one, and it's marked as a mystery. The last one I read by them was marked as a horror. So I'm interested to see what this is going to be like. It's called The Gathering, and it is set in a small Alaska town, and it has to do with vampires. So, I'm intrigued. I am enticed. Then, with y'all, I'll keep reading this. I do want to read some of this more, but it is raining right now. It is supposed to be raining all the rest of the day. So can you guess what I'm going to do? You checked, you saw the PJs, yeah. Yeah. I did, guys, we went to Aloe, and I did cave and buy a matching sweat set. And I'm very excited about them. I saw, like, the two lifestyle girls that I watch, both have them, and I was just like, you know when you just see someone, and you're like, I just feel like you could convince me to buy just about anything. That is them. That is them. Let me check what her actual channel name is really quick. Make sure that I am saying the right one. Because one is Shelly. She always wears the cutest stuff. But I think, yes, Aaliyah's face. Aaliyah's freaking face. She is just everything. I love her so much. I will link down my big three. Aaliyah, Sunny, and Shelly. I think it is... That's the order in which I found them. But I think Aaliyah and Sunny right now are just, like, the vibe I need. Sunny, the only reason is she's, like, living her best life on vacation. So she's, like, not vlogging as much. But when Vlogtober comes around, you can't tell me anything. Sunny is doing it. Sunny's that girl. But I need to go update the other vlog. Need to take my thumbnail picture. And I need to take a freaking nap. So we're going to do that. Drink some water because it was brunch, and that is the plan for now. I need to edit. I'm thinking about potentially doing that today, just rough cut edits, and then tomorrow I have to go get my blood work done and get testing done for like my weird neuro thingy that happened. So I won't be going to work. And my thing, I have to get it done at 11:30 a.m. because that's when everything happens. So it's like level checking and some other thing, whatever. I probably would be okay without getting it done at this point. Like, I think we know what it is, but I don't know about y'all. I freaking hate getting blood done. It is not even, like, once I'm sitting in the chair, we're fine, we're cool, we're chilling. It is just the work up. It is the walking into the room. It is the signing myself in, waiting for my name to be called. I just make myself sick with worry because I just don't breathe. But once I am like in, it's totally fine. It just, the idea is scarier than the actual action, I guess. But I talked to my partner, and so we're gonna go to a little coffee shop in the morning beforehand so I can be kind of chill and work there. I don't really read very well in coffee shops, but I do edit really well. Like, I can focus really well there. So maybe we'll just do that, do some editing, and I'll be able to like chill and read today since it's a nice rainy day. And then work on Tuesday is going to be a little crazy. It is the week before the last week of school. I feel personally like the week before the last week is way more chaotic than the last week, because the last week everyone starts to get all sentimental and they just want to like sign yearbooks and talk to their friends and all that stuff, and I love that for them. But this school is taking up the iPads this coming week, and then we have a whole week, and I'm like, oh, but y'all make everything digital. So what are these teachers gonna do with these kids? I don't know. But I will be there to find out. What would I do? Oh, what I did was books. Because I would read, so they would read. And that was the party we had. But I really don't know what it's going to look like. I just know Tuesday's going to be a pretty chaotic day. So, yeah, that's why I'm napping today. Get my energy levels up. That's why. No other reason. Hello, handsome boy. Wow. Hello. It is time for a little decaf post-dinner latte. And then the reading. Hello. Makes my heart so happy when her little paws do this. Also, yes, she got a little bit of a wash at the vet. She's all good now. I forgot to update y'all. Actually, let's talk. When I tell you guys, this is the third time I have filmed this clip because it didn't feel correct. And it still doesn't. But we're pushing through. This is the clip we are keeping in. But the brain goblins, clocked in. I actually just felt them clock in. And I had a decaf coffee. There was literally a tiny splash. It is a fourth of the serving size. Because I tried the serving size of the vanilla syrup one time. That's a lot. No judgment if you have it. But, like, I can't. My teeth, the way they're set up, I can't. So, I don't think there's anything environmentally that I've done. I think that, temperature check. Oh, this is the brand I was born with. Cool. Rad. But what I was gonna say is update on Ginger's little appointment. She apparently has really good blood work results came back, and everything's really great, save for she has like a little bit of elevated levels on her kidneys. So, I know I normally say I don't want advice for, like, health or for the pets or whatever, because you know the internet, like, if y'all have been on Instagram Reels or TikTok in the comment sections, y'all know. Everybody is a vet. Everybody's a doctor. It's bad. Honestly, it's really bad for, like, us people out here with medical anxiety and OCD and like anything really with that, like with health stuff, because it will send you into a absolute bloody spiral and it's not fun. But my question is very specific. if you have a senior cat, or I know cats that are younger can have it too. She doesn't have kidney disease. She just has, apparently it was like a tiny, tiny little bit of elevation on the results. Everything else looks great. If you have a food brand recommendation, let me know. She's very picky. She really only likes the beef fancy feast. She will not eat anything else. She won't even eat the senior version. Like, she just hates me. So I was thinking of maybe, like, becoming that cat person and, like, doctoring her food and, like, putting fish oil in it or doing whatever. I don't even know. Second thing, I'm really thinking about giving her a bath. I know. I did get some cat wipes, and they should be here. I need to go look in the hallway, but she just needs it. Like, her fur just needs... There's just a little bit of a spot that I think she can't reach because of her arthritis, which is, you know, but she needs some help with that. But I also wanted to say, it is finally time for the big Stanley to come out. This is my summer Stanley. I'm so excited for it. It's 64 ounces of love, and I love this one a lot. But now I'm going to actually focus and read, like, really.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.